Welcome back, Milty, and welcome back, everybody, to FSB Racing Live, Friday night Winston Cup Series. We're back at the Monster Mile. Sorry it took a little while to get on the air. I was having problems with the Camera 2 laptop.
Here we go.
Yeah, we've got the starting grid up now, and you see Slim Jim Gately on the pole. Dave Diamond Simons on the outside in the O2 car. Pops Margus in third. Dan Irvine returning to us in that 27 car after some time away. Good to have him back. Ryan Johnson starting P5. T.G. Reese in the 53 starting 6th. Ken Hansen in the 9 car starting 7th.
Wow, I can see you.
Yeah, you can see me. And Will Farmer starting 9th. Bob Dixon takes over the 43 car this week and starts 10th place. 007 of Dan Jones in 11th. Rounding out the field, the 55 Evan Castle, 101 Jeff Habeck, the 83 of Steve Weber, John the Dog Palmer in the 108, Francis Bandit Dittman in the 00, David Cook in the 42, Brad Otto 31, and Mark DeSenza and Chet Barkin choosing to take provisionals today.
Here we are. Dover, always got to watch your start. Make sure you don't spin the tires with a little bit of...
Yeah, and there is the 3 car taking that shotgun start as we noted. You see, I'm all out of sorts. I don't have the ticker working. As we got pace car off, and Slim Jim's about to lead him to the start.
Cars tonight starting, and they're off and running. A nice clean start. Got to keep good spacing and let this baby get going.
Well, there we go. Now the ticker's kicking in.
Get Barkin kind of lying back, or he didn't get a really good start there. If Mark DeSenza starts to mow him down, which we expect him to do, and what he did the last time he started shotgun 2 weeks ago.
That is his style.
Kind of a 2-pack deal already there. Oh, a little bit of contact, and we got a car around. That was Francis Dittman. And he got in, looks like he got in the Evan Castle off the sea here.
Yeah, I'll try and pull that up on the camera too here. You'll see, as you noted here, the 00 and the 55 went in side by side into turn 1 there. And
looks like Francis just got a little loose there, and it started stepping away from him. He tried to catch it.
Yeah, he just came up the hill a little bit into the quarter panel of the 55, and around goes Evan. So yeah, the Monster Mile, reputation as a tire eater. definitely going to be the story of the night, is saving those tires. Long runs usually do happen here once we get sorted out. Fuel window, about 40 laps. Maybe a little more, 48 maybe? I'm not sure, I can't remember from Tuesday night, because we had we only had 80 laps to run that one, so we made it in one stop.
Yeah, the thing is tires.
Yep, tires
Go
are
that
key.
long, you're gonna be doing good. You're gonna have to pace yourself.
That's always been my specialty at this track, and it has been good to me. I think it's one of the 2 tracks I've picked up the most wins here at FSB on, personally, with 6. So
Wow,
it's treated me well. I like the tire manager tracks. I like the quirky ones. I like the tire eaters.
Looks like Bob Dixon just got into the back of David Cook as they were getting lined out. Little Maxwell House and STP together. I don't know if that tastes very good. Sure, he didn't mean that.
Yeah. It looks like everybody's okay though.
Always got to be mindful, that's for sure, about getting lined up and things kind of closing up with the pace car at this track. Maxwell House, good to the last drop.
Indeed, and I should ring you up for that one.
Ding! And Doris is here watching her son on the pole tonight.
Huh. What happened to the counter?
Dan Simons. Dave Simons gets out front of Slim on that run there. Interesting.
There, now it works.
And a great qualifying effort for the 27 of Dan Irvine. Do the do, man. I would say Slim's going to probably run to a pace that he wants to run, even if that means losing a few positions. He's going to want to run fast, but going to want to save tires.
Well, you know, Slim, I mean...
Irvine all over the back of him on that restart. Wow.
You know, Slim's got a game plan, and you know it's hard to get Slim off his game plan, so he's not going to be influenced, affected, pressured, or anything else by these guys. Intimidated, certainly not. And yeah, he's got a plan, he's going to stick to it, so if Dave Simons wants the lead, he's just going to let him have it.
Yeah, and I've fallen into that trap many times of going backwards later on when I've used up my stuff.
I've also fallen into the trap of having my plan, letting someone else go, then forgetting about my plan because now there's a car in my windshield, and trying to run them down and kill my tires and completely defeating my own purpose here at Dover. In fact, I lost the championship that way. So, hey, it can happen. But Slim's the last person I'd expect to pull that. Yeah, Dave Simons definitely off to a great start here tonight, starting the outside pole. In command of the race right now. Keep an eye on Mark DeSenza there, already up to 14th place. We'll put DeRocket down there in the inset window. See how he wants to pick through. You know what? Why don't I swap those around?
Minecraft, man, he's saying he hates this track. And, man, if you don't run good here, you hate it. And the longer the race goes on, the more miserable you get because you just go backwards, you know?
Absolutely, but you know what? Cody is Minecraft man. That's his name's Cody Luke.
Cool.
If you hate this track, I think you should probably focus on it because that'll just make you better everywhere else.
That's what I did. I
Yeah.
mean, I kept watching Rick Johnson and how he beat me. I could see it, and I just had to start disciplining myself to lift earlier going into turn 1, turn 3, and just let the car roll and stay, and just don't grind those tires off.
Oh, we got
It's
the
starting to
101. So nice save by Tower. He kicked that out sideways,
Whoopsie!
just a little stab and brakes, a little wheel correction, and no harm, no foul. He just loses some spots, but doesn't jam anyone else up, doesn't damage his car, and we're back at it. As Mark DeCenza picks up another spot in the process, up to 13th now. As Dave Simons is pulling away from Slim, and I'm pretty sure he's going to regret that in about 10 laps.
Yeah, Slim just got by your last week winner, Dog. Down the dog.
Yeah, Mark DeCenza gets around the 108 there to move himself to 12th, and yeah, Dog picked up that Black Friday 300 win. Great job by Dog. I was ended up broadcasting that race because I wrecked out on lap 3.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, there was just a stack up going into turn 3, and I went nose first into the wall, killed the motor. I took the restart. I didn't actually retire immediately. I did take the restart, but the car was junk, so I parked it.
Things kind of spreading out, which it happens a lot at Dover because of different agendas.
Yeah, watch 83 lets Mark DeCenza go around the outside.
Mark's going to try to make this run up to the front as easy as on his tires as possible. But as you get up closer to the front, it gets harder.
Yeah, most certainly does. Though sometimes at Dover, it actually gets a little easier if you get the guys who took Jackrabbit starts and jumped out there. Sometimes they're using their stuff up a little faster. So it all depends. I mean, I'm sure if he catches up to Slim, he's going to have a hard time, but long way to go still. 160 laps around here.
Evan Castle up in the rear with the gear. See what he's got left with his car. He's working on Chad Barkin in that three-way battle. Try to get out the back.
Yeah, 55 took a left side slap to the wall there when he went around, and I mean, it's better than a right side, but still hurting the arrow here. With these truck physics around Dover, it's going to make you tighter in the long run. It's going to make you use the tires up more, and it's not a good scene there. And I see we got Mama Gately, Doris Gately, checking in from the YouTube chat. Let's see if we can get your boy a win tonight. He's definitely a favorite here since I don't see Rick Johnson out there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Rick Johnson is just plain one of the best drivers we've ever had at FSB, full stop. But Dover and Rick Johnson is just something special.
Anonymous.
It's like Ayrton Senna at Monaco or in the rain, just dominant.
If a driver sees a hole and he does not try to take it, then he's no longer a race car driver.
Absolutely.
That's what Ayrton said, anyway.
Yeah, Ayrton was he was one of a kind.
Him, him right at work and listening. Cool.
All right, thanks for checking in, Kim. There we go, Slim Jim. What did I say? About 10 laps? And now here he goes. And
Jim Ray.
bringing Dan Irvine with him.
Hashtag go 52.
Yeah, I'd hate to break it to you, Jim, but he's not in the field tonight.
I texted him and he said, go 52. And I said, well, I don't think he's here. And he said, I'll pick him even if he's in the stands.
You know, he's not wrong.
Things are getting busy up front here. After that pass, some other guys want to make some moves.
Yeah, Dave Simons is definitely
starting to go south on him.
They're starting to go south, but right now what he needs to do is he needs to keep that car out of the wall. Take his lumps here, lose the spots, and learn from it going forward. So he knows now that, the speed he ran at the start of that run was not what he needs to be doing. And he's a smart driver. He's a hell of a road course racer. He'll learn and from that, and he'll put that in the mental bank and improve the next run for sure. Meanwhile, Will Farmer gets around him there on the bottom. Ken Hansen, slides down in front of Bill Farmer. But I don't think he's going to be able to hold that spot much longer.
Dave finally gets to slide in there. I think, that was real smart racing, just realizing, oh boy, he's close to the wall. He got really close there. That he needed, once you get on the outside there and the freight train's coming, it's kind of hard to fight it. Looks like he's got some understeer and push in that car, though.
Yeah, if you've killed that right front, you can't fight it. They're just going to eat you up.
Reese, quite a veteran here now in P3. What he can do, and as Ryan Johnson starts to stalk him with the young Will Farmer.
Yeah, Dave Simons finally might fall in here behind Pops and Steve Weber. As you see, Mark DeSenza picked up some more spots, up to 10th place now.
Ken Hansen just kind of surveying the situation there at 6th. That's a pretty good spot to be. Catching that draft and pacing yourself, as long as this group doesn't get too far away. Alma, here comes that man in the 3. And he's all over Dan Jones. Dan protecting the low line. He's going to try to make Mark go high. That serves a purpose, too, as far as saving the right front, because your discipline is having to lift early enough to keep the car down there.
Absolutely. And Dan's also an excellent tire conservationist. But just like you called, as soon as he breaks into the top 10, those spots aren't falling to him quite as quickly as they were before for the number 3 car of Mark DeSenza. Looks like actually 007 might be trying to find a way around the 06 car there. You see, they're starting to get a gap. Ken Hansen and Dan Jones is all over Bill's bumper.
Yeah, you can see him just seem to lift just a hair later and still be able to keep it down there. So
smoke through 1 and 2, and we do have caution on the track as Evan Castle is backwards again on the backstretch.
And he is disconnected. Well, tough night for Evan. Once that car was damaged at this track, high speeds on these high banks, car is very hard to drive. Obviously, pit stop time, and they're going to be right around that quarter mark by the time they go green again. So,
well, here's the incident that brought us to this caution flag. It's like the 55 of Evan Castle and the 42 of David Cook.
oh, there was contact. Okay,
And,
didn't see that.
Looks like Evan was looking underneath the 42 going in. 42 either didn't know he was there or broke loose. I don't want to call that one way or another. But they just got together. 55 touched the apron and went for a long slide all the way around to halfway down the backstretch.
Look at that. Dang it. I almost saved it. Give one of these beasts sideways. Takes all the air off it and you don't have a contact patch. It's just good with your tires. It's just bad, and more bad. Yeah, it looked like two guys looking for one spot there, and that's not going to work.
No, it usually doesn't. Hey, we got...
Oh, boy, tight in the pits, and that really...
Look, the 53's around coming out of pit road. He's got to keep that under that apron line there so he doesn't get penalized, but he should be able to fall right back in line into his spot.
Dave Simons lost some time there. He couldn't get into his stall. He had to go around Pops Markinson because he lost trap position, and hopefully he didn't back over the hose or something.
I'm charging you for trap position there.
Trap position, sorry.
We also got the boss, Sam Young, checking in from YouTube.
Yeah.
He's out there
how much is Rick Johnson paying us? I don't know, man, you know.
Sam's out there delivering that kitty chow mein.
It's just that, you know, he was the enemy for so long. Then he was my teammate, but, you know, and he helped me, so I got to like him, you know. But his things to me were like, I'd start to talk about 2 tires. Melt, listen, no, 4 tires. Bill, don't make a mistake on pit road.
Yeah,
try to keep up.
you pretty much never want to take 2 tires here at Dover. The only circumstance I could think of where that might work, even if you're taking a can of fuel, I think that's enough laps that you still want 4. Maybe if it's the last stop under green, you got a half can needed to make it to the finish. I think that's when I'd take 2. But yeah, this place it's mean to tires. It's not just hard on them, it's downright mean. And if you hear strange howls behind me, the cats are fighting. They heard me talking about Sam delivering the Chinese food, and they got triggered.
Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. One of my mom's old favorites, Tom Jones, there in the house.
All the ladies loved Tom Jones back in the day.
'Cause she's a lady.
Man, Dan Jones picked up some spots on that pit road exchange. Sitting pretty in P5.
Yeah, where's the meltism there?
I already got you for singing. Man.
Ken's counting, man. Ken's got some kitty cats he likes to video, and you know, he had like Snoop Dogg going with the cat sitting there, rocking Snoop Dogg, and sent me that, and I about died driving home from work looking at my phone.
Well, bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay, back to green flag racing. Will Farmer also picking up some spots on that pit road exchange, sitting in 3rd place. Gonna go to school watching these 2 guys in front of him.
Absolutely, like Mac Dre would say, he's chilling in the building because he's feeling himself here right now.
I don't know what to make of that, Milt. So, you know what? Ka-ching.
PG, recuperated pretty good, even though he spun it coming out of pit road because he had already crossed that line. So we'll see. Probably didn't do much to his tires. So,
Nah, that
but he
wouldn't hurt the
does.
tires much.
But Q Branch has been working on that 007 in the pit. So we'll see what happens with that.
And they're coming faster and furiouser than the cars tonight.
Well, it's a little slow start. It's a pretty rough week in Long Beach, at the Regency party, and
Yeah, if Milty sounds more hungover than usual, it's because he is.
I am, boy. I tell you what. I went to a Clippers game. Awesome. And actually got some work done.
Holy crap.
Schooling, actually. Pretty cool to go back to school when you're 55, We got the yellow out. Something going on here.
Uh-oh.
Pace car is out. That's Dog Palmer getting going. See if he was involved.
Looks like he might have been involved one way or another here. It appears to have actually started with our early race leader, Dave Simons, here. He gets into, what's that, turn 3? Just breaks loose, goes around. Ooh. Noses in hard in the front.
Yeah, so looks like
he retired
Dog was
immediately.
just slowing down. Wow. Like Dog was just slowing down because he knew something bad was happening there. Oh, that's a hard lick. And what a shame. Qualifying P2 and out of it. That's racing. You definitely can lose your rhythm when you get that great start like that. I've had races exactly like this where I look like the favorite and Dover can that's why they call it the Monster Mile, man, because it's a monster and you just walk away going, what just happened? I was the fastest car out there. Now I'm junk. And now I'm retarded.
And backed it up. Looks like Dog was just behind right from the start. Something happened. Not sure what.
Yeah, something. A little something.
Right on board with him here for the restart. So he was dropping down low to let the car behind him pass on the start. Trying to hear if maybe he lost a gear or something. You know what? I bet that's what happened. I bet he lost second gear. And he knows you can't start in first here. And he also knew he was going to be in the way starting in third. So yeah, he just took the restart a mile back.
Yeah, once you lose a gear, this is not a track where you can fake it till you make it.
No siree. And like I said, I try to emphasize and underline it twice every driver's meeting when we start at Dover. Do not start in first gear. I don't care what setup you're running, what series it is. If you start in first gear on the restarts here, you're gonna spin the tires. In fact, it's even kind of touchy in second.
Absolutely. Once the power band kicks in and the revs get up, it's like, whoa! Whoops.
Now we got the pace car lights off, and Slim Jim still in command.
Dip yourself into a Slim Jim. Well, let's see if somebody else wants to try to pass the 23 and see what happens. I'm sure they're going to try.
Well, I'm sure if Dan Irvine, shows a bumper, Slim will just let him go on by and run his own pace.
Yeah, obviously this is a track he likes, and getting to showcase his skills here on Friday night on internet TV, very exciting, especially when you get to watch yourself later. Like, wow. Even be better if he can get a podium or even a win. Long way to go. Will Farmer is also thinking that. Been in our post-race show a few times and during the race, but that was after getting out of the in-care center, so he'd like
There we
to
go, back to green.
work on that one.
And you're getting rung up for in-care center again.
Sam talking about California, yeah, well, it switched to rain yesterday, and there were mudslides. I was sitting in the bar, of course.
You were drinking mudslides, or there were mudslides?
No, there were mudslides, I was drinking 805, great California beer, the 805.
And 27 looking underneath 23, going into one there, and as predicted, Slim Jim's just going to let him on by.
Yeah, what's Will going to do here? If I was Will, I would kind of let Slim back in and try to see how it's done.
Yeah, at a tire-killing track.
Let the 27 get ahead here, just like it happened to the 02. Oh boy, Will just trying to get on the nose. No, see,
he's going to let him go.
Slim's going to let him by. He might even let more people by here, but you got to be careful. No, he got right back in line. He knew exactly what he was doing there. Looked in his mirror and made sure that, because you don't want to get freight trained like we saw before, because it's hard to get those spots back.
Well, yeah, Dave Simons, he got freight trained, but I think he had killed the tires at that point too, so it just wasn't helping his situation at all.
Casey Jones coming down the track.
How'd you know I was wearing the Grateful Dead shirt? Were you watching the opening?
Did, but I didn't see the shirt. I was just so amazed. I was like, there's dude right there. Looking handsome, ready to get something done here.
And 007 looks underneath 53. Multitasking, love it.
Ding.
As you wish. And Dan Jones moves himself to P4. Ryan Johnson looking underneath the elder farmer there. Thinks better of it.
The elder farmer. It sounds like something from Lord of the Rings or something. On point, Dan Devine. Looking good. Trying to keep spacing. I mean, he was right there, so he saw what happened to the 0-2, so do yourself a Mountain Dew.
It's a pretty sharp-looking car up there.
Yeah, it is.
Probably a little too modern for 1988, but I like it.
They had Mountain Dew back then, didn't
they? They had Mountain Dew, but they didn't have the crazy flavors, and they didn't have race wraps. So
you're very period correct. You don't miss nothing, that, dude. I mean.
Well, if you look at the 2 car, that's one that I did, and you see, I did that to be much more in tune with the era. Everybody's got different styles, I like to keep the cars period correct, Ed Finley likes to go wild with it.
Seems like Cody's is kind of like me. The tracks that he struggles with is tracks I struggle with. I struggle with Bristol too. But I did get a Sportsman Cup win there once, but
Bristol is my absolute favorite track. I love that place. I hate short tracks. I love Bristol. Go figure.
I'd attribute the 23 there for going to his racing classes for that win too, because he got in my car and just coached me through practice and instantly knew what I was doing wrong.
All right, now he's looking to reel young Will Farmer back in as those tires have heated up.
You expect me to pass? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to win.
Yeah, Dan Jones, my teammate there, looking good tonight at Dover. He helped me out tremendously last night at California, as we brought home a 1-2 finish in the FSB Truck Series.
Yeah, this is a, Cody knows this is a fixed setup lead, but they're not fixed fast. They're fixed professional.
Yeah, they're fixed custom setups, yeah.
But which he didn't say that, but what he's saying is, like, if you have the right setup, and I think that they just keep working on these all the time, and every race is evaluated by the admins that are driving and watching, and they all talk about it all the time, and then they get feedback back from the drivers. So, I mean, there's a lot of setups that Slim made, years ago that they're still using. Then there's others that him and others have tweaked on, when they say, well, what do we want out of the car in this race,
Yeah, Slim
usually
made
yep.
Two's looking underneath the 27, looking for the lead.
Oh, come on. Oh, easy, Will,
he
baby.
wisely backs out of it there. Didn't quite have the bumper to his fender. I was about to say before, as Will Farmer started to move forward, he'd like to get himself a podium and possibly even a win here at what announcers insist on calling us Jersey Boys, our home track.
They'll do it. Loose on the apron there. Great save, but that was a jiggy slap and tickle right there. That thing just went, whoa.
Jiggy slap and tickle. That's, there you go. Whatever that is, it gave Will Farmer the lead.
Well, you think about, you get jiggy a little bit, where you start to move a little bit, and then you get slapped a little, and you move sideways, and then you tickle it back in the shape right there.
Yeah. So how much do you usually pay for the jiggy slap and tickle there, Milty?
Oh, I'm married, man. I can't do that stuff,
But yeah, young Will Farmer finds himself on the point here at our de facto home track as a New Jersey native, so he's excited there to get himself and his sponsors up front on a Friday night. Meanwhile, Ryan Johnson,
I see some smoke, and there's a car down pit road.
Do we have caution? We do not have caution.
That's Dave Cook down pit road. A little disheveled there. I'm not sure exactly what happened, and he's getting tires under green. And he is gone. He just pulled in and retired. Must have not liked his car after that last incident there.
Either that or he really had to pee.
Yeah, that's happened to me before. I've even tried to make a pit stop and then jump and get back, but my pit crew is a lot faster than my biology, so you gotta try it at least once, though.
Yeah, on some of the bigger super speedway tracks, you can do that, actually, because it takes more than a minute under caution. Especially for me, as the bathroom is about 8 feet behind me.
Well, and Dog's such a he's such a good sport about being paralyzed, and the things that a paralyzed person has to deal with. But he loves the joke about the fact that he don't have to worry about that, because he don't need to get up. He's got the whole system in place there.
Absolutely. I was even telling him that at the Black Friday 300. I'm like, the one circumstance under which that's an advantage. There you go.
Exactly.
I guess for road trips, it's kind of an advantage too.
Of course, you think about it, you go, man, that's not in good taste. But he's the first one that'll tell you about it, and he'll tell you about it over and over again.
Absolutely. Dog's got a great sense of humor.
Will Farmer in the lead.
He's holding on nicely there. Yeah, Dan Irvine's looking high, looking low, but he can't find a way around the Hawaiian Punch car. As 23 is starting to look at the bumper of the 27. And, wait, who's that in 5th place? Where'd he come from? He's in this race? The number 3 car.
In that classic Dale Earnhardt paint scheme that we know him well in. He'll never drive anything else than that. You won't be paying him no fancy paint jobs. That's it.
Well, that is, that's one of the classic, iconic paint schemes of NASCAR history. Dale actually didn't spend as much of his career in the Black 3 as people like to think.
Looks like Will just kind of let everybody by, or let Dan back by, trying to decide if he can get back in, and he does. Slim being very patient there. He knows it's a long way away. He's not going to make any moves. He's right where he wants to be. That's masterful as usual.
Yeah, it looked like Will just missed the
there.
bottom there. And
Slim could see that, the car language, and instead of, he backed off on purpose to let Will get in line and get back focused again, and then we'll go racing.
Meanwhile, Dan Jones slides up the track. Looks like the 3 had short work of him, and Dan falls right back into his trap. Meanwhile, 59 continues to work on the 06. Just cannot find a way around so far. Or maybe he's just biding his time. I don't know.
They're already about a half a second slower than they were when the tires were freshies.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll fall off a full second over a fuel run here, at least. It's like 59 finally has that window of opportunity, and he's going to pounce on it and possibly bring the 83 and the 99 along with him. Ooh, a little bump going into one. Little door slammer there.
Whoa, boy! Bill Farmer.
Everybody hangs on.
The elder wand there.
Elder Farmer. He's gonna take me to task for that one, isn't he?
If you're a Harry Potter fan, you know what the elder wand is. That's even better than. So we're gonna start calling him the elder wand.
The elder wand.
Oh boy! Oh man! Pops was just, the veteran. And that iconic Scotch Blue Ford. And that's iconic because he's used it so long. He's been here so long that he's a sim racing icon,
Absolutely. I mean, I even recreated that on a
Oh, he got in the back of
wow.
Bill. Bill did a great job of stabbing the brakes there. The caution's not out, and he regroups there, but he pancaked the side of that car, and now he's got people all over him here.
That was a great save by Bill. But, as you said, I'm trying to see if he's got damage on that car.
Oh, boy, TG gets loose on the bottom, which as these tires start to go away, when you can't let the car ride out towards the wall, it could just snap on you. And how about Jeff Havoc there, playing with the top 10? This is, just being his second season of racing.
And he's racing hurt.
And he's racing hurt. He's, slowly working. This is something you don't, unless you're a prodigy, it takes work and time. And, if he could stay in that top 10, of course I am the kiss of death. And he's definitely working Bill Farmer. Bill fighting there still,
He's hanging on. I can't really see if he did take damage from that. If he did, it's pretty minor. So he might be okay.
Yeah, it looked like it. He hit real square. That little stab on the brakes, but just straightened it right out. Very good reflexes for the elder wand there.
Yeah, I got to charge you for that one.
Ding.
But yeah, I don't see a fender gap, and that's the real killer when you slap the right side. You don't want to put a gap between that hood and the fender. Yeah, it just pulls the air, and it's like a big parachute on the front of the car.
Down pit road, Francis Dittman.
Yeah, Bandit's already a lap down.
The Dairy Queen car is getting 4 tires and service. Dairy Queen.
Okay, Homer. 2 cars looking to get back around the 27 there, and again thinks better of it.
Bob Dixon in the new paint here I downloaded today before I got in. STP the racer's edge.
And he's going to make short work of the 06 car there. Yeah, I think even if
Isn't
Bill
that
might have a little
number
bit
change for him too?
It is a number change.
Okay, I thought I was tripping, but
ooh, 27 heading down pit road right now. Dan Irvine to the pits.
we could start to see short fitters and guys that are going to want to go long, see if it goes to caution. Now you start to see strategy here. This is the hypothetical halfway point.
It is, and you can do it from one stop from here. Yeah. And 2 car coming down, 3 car.
They're all coming down.
23. What a move by the 23 to get around young Will Farmer. Oh,
well, Jeff Havoc
he snookered him on entry.
This is, we haven't talked about pitting here. It's gnarly, to say the least.
Yeah, you got those worn tires, you got the concrete surface, sliding down onto asphalt that's perfectly flat off the banking.
Here
and
comes
if you missed that entry,
007. Oh boy, great professional racing right there. Then to go in there sideways, and they were both, grabbing their butts with 2 hands, trying to get that thing wound up, and then right at the last minute, they got it lined up, and they still have to pit around each other. No.
As I was starting to say there, coming in off the track under green, you got a real danger of sliding out and hitting that end of pit road wall and just killing the car. I've seen it happen many times here at Dover. But it looks like everybody didn't manage to not run afoul of it.
Steve Weber, the big cactus exiting pit road.
Meanwhile, Pops Margison in the 99 inherits the lead through this pit cycle. But I tell you, this is going to cost Pops dearly if he does not catch caution. He's going to lose
He's throwing the dice, baby.
A ton of track position.
Down pit road. Everybody looks clean so far. Nothing on the scanner.
Oh, man, what a move by the 23 car to get around the 2 on pit entry. That was aggressive for Slim, but masterfully executed. And 68 misses pit road, and caution is out. And that puts us in a big mess. And Dan Irvine, who was the first to pit road, is 1 lap down, and the first car lap down in 6th place. He's going to get your free pass, but that's going to leave Slim Jim Gately, Will Farmer, Mark DeSenza, Dan Jones, Ken Hansen, Ryan Johnson, and Steve Weber. Positions all the way back to 13th, all lap down.
Wow, that's a major whoopsie right there for these guys that were deciding to pit, not deciding to pit. Let's see how this all sorts out.
Yeah, so the big winners on this are Pops, Bob Dixon, Brad Otto, Chet Barkin brought out the caution there, I believe, but Dan Irvine.
1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine car.
Hoorah! But yeah,
Hoorah! Dan
Irvine is probably the biggest winner in all that because he was one of these fast top 5 cars. He's going to be the only one of them on the lead lap after we go green because he's going to pick up the free pass. He's going to be sitting P5 with fresh tires. He's going to be in the catbird seat after this.
I was watching what Cody was talking about, plate, which we'll get back to in a little bit, but a much-needed break was the last thing he typed in. A good time to, props to my sponsor, Budweiser, the king of beers. For all you do, this Bud's for you. I'll be right back.
All right. I think this caution might not have been inspired by an on-track activity because I can't Alt-6 to it on the laptop. So it might have been for a blown engine or something. Yes, Cody. Not quite the same. That was because cars didn't take the pace car properly. You didn't do anything wrong. It's the cars that were on pit road needed to pass the pace car. Yeah, Cody Luke, Minecraft Man there in the chat, referencing the one time he won a truck race here. I believe it was at Charlotte. And caution came out while the leaders were on pit road, and Cody stayed out. but we didn't get lapped yet. But the leaders pulled off pit road and lined up behind the pace car when they were supposed to pass the pace car. And the spotter tells you to do that once and then shuts up about it. So if you miss the instruction the first time when you're coming out, paying attention to where the cars are and everything, it's easy to miss. And yeah, so the next time around we got trapped a lap down, and that was where we were lined up. I guess it was the 68 missing pit road that brought the caution out. It's just
That's very strange.
It wouldn't let me advance to it with Alt 6, so I thought maybe that wasn't the issue, but that's where it comes out.
You know, NASCAR's, sometimes they're not very consistent. Sometimes, you know, the caution should come out, and it don't. Well, we have quite a change at the front here.
Yeah, and all those cars that were trapped a lap down have...
tail end of the lead lappers.
Yeah, they decided to stay out and get themselves tail end, and that's probably the way to go and try and catch a caution. You know, I'll put it up here on the picture-in-picture of what I think brought this caution out. You see a 68 going for pit road. It's down on that flat, touches the banking, and just misses that pit wall. Slides up, tries to get out of the way, but just as he gets going, caution comes out again, so... I'm surprised, actually, because he never went around.
He was going head-on into that... boy, I've hit that barrier. That'll split you in half.
Yeah, he made the right decision to abort
Absolutely.
there. We're back to green, by the way, as Pops is the leader.
Victory or death, I'll take victory. Oh, we got contact. Jeff Abbott into the 2, and then he gets hit by the 9, and they're crashing behind, and they're up on their heads. Oh, man, it did going so good for the 101 there. Great track position. Will Farmer's on fire. Come on, son, get out of that thing. Trying to drive it back to the pits. Hawaiian punch and fire. Oh, no. He's still trying to drive it back around. There goes Ken Hansen behind him, coughing up a lung there. He's like, man, I can't see now. Oil and stuff all over the track here. And that's obviously the caution the tail enders needed, except for the tail enders that got in that wreck.
Well, that's just heartbreaking for the 2 car.
Well, now these guys are probably going to want to pit, no?
Yeah, the guys who benefited, but here we go. We'll see what happened here. Looks like a 2's going around on the outside. And 1-1 just... he skates it up into the 2. And, oh, Will had it almost safe. And Ken Hansen just couldn't keep off him.
Snap loose.
83 nails him.
What did I say, Jiggy? I forgot already. Oh, man, Steve, the big cactus just got turned into tequila right there.
Will Farmer's car is toast. It's just, like you said, it's belching the black smoke of death.
Puff, puff, give. Better park that thing, son. Well, he's got a lot to hang his hat on, you know, improvement. That just shows you how these races are. I've never won a Friday race. There's just so much stuff happening that can happen to you, unless you're just.
Here's the onboard.
You gotta be lucky and good.
Onboard from what Steve Weber saw in the 83. And he sees it happen in front of him, thinks that Will's going to get it gathered up, and then just not a thing he can do. Dover's is also a self-cleaning track, so cars spinning off that, off the turn exits will slide down it.
Is this a Tide ad or something? Self-cleaning, get it?
I think you're thinking of ovens. Okay, Ken.
That was easy off.
Not so much anymore.
In the lead. Do you feel dizzy? Do you feel faint? Robert Pyle, you're 0600. You're a Marine now. You made it.
I'm gonna wear out this button on my my Razor Tartarus here that triggers the Milty counter.
We're going for the Miltism record today.
Oh boy.
We got Will Farmer here out of the infield care center. First of all, are you all right to get burnt in that?
Well, I thought the car could make it to pit road, and then I got a black flag, so I figured I should just park it.
Yeah, it was spitting some nasty black smoke, man.
Yeah, there's no smoking on the track, man, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you can't do that since we gotta wear full face helmets, but
Hey.
Dick Trickle and late David Pearson.
Well,
both
I
of you late.
can't even do that. I'm not 21 yet.
You think that ever stopped anyone? It's 18 anyway.
Well, dude, I mean, you got a lot to hang your hat on. The way you ran, stuff like that, the way I always looked at it is the stuff that was under my control would irritate me and bother me. But when somebody else, got into me, then it's like, oh well,
Yep, it happens, and what I always say is that if someone gets into me, it's no big deal because the next week, I can do it by accident. I can do it by accident to either somebody else or the same exact guy. And I mean, obviously, I wouldn't need it, but it's just it's racing, and we're racing with the same guys every week. You can't be mad,
Exactly.
You're the same guy almost every day. So.
And this whole year you've been here with us, you're improving every week, and this was a prime example of it. You were stout out there. You're making competitive passes. You were saving the car. Definitely an impressive run. Sorry it had to end early for you, but we are about to go back to green with Pops in the lead.
Oh boy.
Well, you gonna hang out?
Yeah, I'll hang out for a little bit.
Right on, right on. You don't have school tomorrow, right? So.
Yeah. I see the stands, the flag guys waving a black flag. That means somebody's got one.
I didn't notice that.
Yep.
It doesn't. I thought it was green. I didn't realize you ever saw anyone else's black flag.
Well, he's in the car still. I mean, he's in the. Well, you are too. So.
No. You retired.
Whoa, boy!
Uh-oh!
Oh, and there goes the 43 of Bob Dixon around.
Oh my goodness.
Jeff Havoc. I don't know if they touched or not, but then they all went around right there.
Looks like Big Farmer saved it. Is there a caution on the track?
Big Farmer.
Big Farmer.
Well,
yep, caution lights are out.
That's even better than Elder One, because Sean was calling your dad the Elder Farmer, and I was like, that sounds like a movie, like the Elder One from Harry Potter,
Well, here we go. Here's what happened. Looks like Jeff Havoc and the 43 were at the epicenter of this one. Let me see, going into turn one. Jeff Havoc's looking low in the 101. Doesn't quite get it down. 43 tried to back off, and cars just piled in after.
Looks like the 43 was a little bit slower than the other cars behind. So that kind of, I don't know if that created a funnel effect or...
It looked like he was trying to give room to the 101 and saw him coming up the track and backed out of it. to try and give more room, and then they all just piled in.
Cars down pit road. Varying strategies. This thing's getting interesting. Caution,
sure is.
Caution's breed cautions. I mean, we don't want to see that, but that's part of racing.
Yeah, cautions breed cautions, especially when you get that, big mix-up.
Hey, look at Gately back in, what is he, in third place now? First place, actually, after that mix-up there with Pops.
Yeah, cycled back to the lead with Dan Jones in second. Ryan Johnson moves up to third, and Dan Irvine all the way back to fourth now after being the only car the only lapped car that benefited from the initial caution. So it looks like we've cycled back to pretty much where we were before all this mess started, minus a few cars that wrecked out. As you see, the 101 has retired it. That's probably the right call, as he might or might not be on the hook for 2 there.
The brothers Body and Paint Buick very patiently, methodically up into the podium area here. Let's see what he can do with his teammate there, and what he can do with his teammate. They're going to want to work together. But he's got to get up to him,
Got 2 teammates in the field tonight, with being the 3 and the 23.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like they were trying to work together there, kind of going into that pit road. It looked like
absolutely, yeah.
Slim was dropping back a little bit so he can match up with that 3 car. Let me run in the front for a little bit, which was pretty nice, Got some fresh air.
Slim likes to save those tires, though. He's one of the best at it.
Yep, I know that.
Well, we kind of, as we were talking, we were saying, what's he going to do? Is he going to, what I would do is get behind him and learn from the master, and kind of see.
Well, that's kind of what I was doing. Dan Irvine there, he was running great, and I really liked the way he was managing his tires, and Slim as well, because I noticed on the end of that first run, they were able to really drive off, and I couldn't catch them. Thankfully, the caution came out, brought us all back together, but looks like, are we going green this time?
I believe so. Looks like we've got cars lining up to the inside now.
Which is always a little hairy.
Yeah, the trend has been so far, like with Dave Simons in the 02, you get out front, you get a little bit of lead, you burn that right front up, and you go backwards.
Yeah, I remember in that first run, he definitely did that for sure. But here we are going to green, right? Nope, still on the back stretch. I lied.
Yeah, the lights are off on the pace car, though. Well, you can imagine how many times I'm not current when I'm looking at replays.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm yelling at stuff, and Sean's like, it's 2 laps ahead, dude.
Yeah, in fact, you just made me go and check both my screens, make sure they were live, and they are. We'll go, pace car off, but we got the 9-car tail end will lead him to the green.
Yeah, he was just one of those cars that couldn't get there, so he's obviously hoping for a caution quick.
I believe he got a piece of the wreck that got those initially tail end cars back into the lead, so yeah, so he had to do something to try and catch that.
Driving that Humvee Ford there.
Steve Weber takes over the current free pass spot. 14th place there in the 83 car.
Yeah, we'll have to see though. I know Ken's a good driver, but running up front will burn those tires.
31 is blinking all over the place.
Oh wow, yes he is. That's sim racing for you right there.
As you see Pops Pop's looking for a way around without getting warped into.
Cody's talking about the herd's getting thinner. It is. That's Dover, the Monster Mile. Brad Otto back in 5th there, and Pop's battling for 6th. They've got the lap car, the dog in between them, but still they're in that draft. So I would just
31
concentrate on staying with that.
31 has settled down though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 car all the way back to 8th.
Yeah, he kind of lost some spots there. It didn't work out well for him.
Of course, Mark DeCenza has locked up the championship already, even with 2 races to go here. So they're just racing for the race trophy tonight.
And that race trophy is important on these Friday night races, for
Absolutely.
sure.
I was gonna say, this is even closer to a home track for you than for me, as you're further south in New Jersey than myself.
Yep, this place in Pocono.
Yeah, Pocono's closer to me than Dover is. The closest one that we run, although it doesn't exist anymore, is Nazareth. And the closest one that a NASCAR Touring Series ever ran on, period, for me, was Flemington. The Truck Series ran there. But, they don't do that anymore, and now it's a Walmart and a Lowe's.
Pops is pretty sandwiched in there with Mark. Pretty sure he knows Mark's not going to try to do something, but these guys are battling up here in front. And that is for position, so even though a lap down, they're racing too, so no reason for them to just lie down.
Yep, my dad here, Bill Farmer, he is a lap down, but if a caution were to come out, I believe he would be the lucky dog. So that's a position he probably wants to keep as well, as long as Ken Hansen stays in front of Slim.
And now Bill's...
Oh boy, look, the 108 and 83, a little love kiss there. And now I think Big Cactus realized Steve Weber, okay, now I'm beat, the veteran, former champion. He's going to let the 3 by and then move back in because he's not done fighting because he wants that lucky dog too.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, Bill is sitting there as the in the free pass spot. It looks like he's got the 83 breathing down his neck.
On the apron, and it got a little jiggy right there.
He probably does. 59 car is the one in second.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And yep, he's definitely coming up on him.
Yeah, wrong black car. I was looking at the my OBS monitor. Smaller picture.
Up front here, we got a pretty good battle here, trying to just assimilate what's going on here. Slim's got a little bit of a run there. You know, in my mind, I'd be a little bit worried, but I'm sure Slim is not, because he's still running that same pace. Although last lap was at 23.7, only 0.3 off of his best lap at 23.4. So I think he's starting to think here he doesn't have to go a full 40 or whatever. Now the pit window is closed, you can push a little harder.
That is true. If you plan on splitting it anyway, then you can run just a little bit harder.
Yeah, but you don't want to push it too much, though, because you never know what could happen here. And if you push it hard in these first couple laps, I know we've probably ran about 5 or 10 now, but in these first couple laps, it really amplifies how much you have at the end, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely, yeah. Those
exactly,
are crucial.
Yeah, definitely.
And 23 will get around
early,
the 9 and move him back to a lap down. But he's still sitting. 9 car of Ken Hansen's still sitting pretty in the free pass spot, and that's not what Bill Farmer wanted to see in the 06 car.
Yeah, but the question is Ken Hansen's tires right for the situation? I mean, running up front does take a toll on him, especially if you're running behind the fast Slim. So
absolutely, but so he's still in the spot he wants to be in. We'll see if he falls back into the clutches of the 06 car.
But like you said, if he used a little too much up, then these other guys that are coming up may be able to close down and get that lucky dog.
Not to mention the 9 probably has some damage, because I think he was caught up in one of those wrecks.
I believe the 06 does as well. Not a lot, but I believe he had
he
bit of a fender bender.
Yeah, he had a wall slapper before. It was actually a hell of a save.
Yeah, he did the. You can see it runs in the family. The stab and save there.
I tried to
that
save
a couple
it.
times.
Stab and steer, stab and steer.
We see you do that in a couple races.
Looks like the next real opportunity we have for a pass here is Mark DeSenza closing in, but that shouldn't be too big of a challenge for him.
And by the way, we are in the window. At any point now, cars could pit and make it to the finish.
And I would not be surprised to see Slim short pitting here. I really would not.
Yeah, I'm banking on somebody doing it.
Yeah, a little race in there, and then Bill Farmer decided, it's better let him by. Now I'm gonna let Pops by. That's good, smart racing your situation.
Got to race the track, especially here.
Yep.
And about that short pitting Sunday night, I was with Slim practicing this track, trying to get a fast lap because he has those classes, and he was talking to me about short pitting and that if you think that the caution's not going to come out, it really helps. You can save about, you can actually gain about like 5 seconds when everything's all set and done if you get that short pit, just because of how much the tires wear affects your lap times.
Absolutely. I was at the end of a 40 lap run on Tuesday. We were a second slower.
Yep, exactly. It's the same here for sure. Because I remember when we had to go pit on those green flag stops, I was running about 24 2s, 24 3s. And at the beginning, we're running 23 3s. Well, that's like fast.
Yeah, that's like qualifying lap right there.
Yeah, that's but
yep.
Yeah, I set out to not.
Yeah,
I set out to not break the 23/8 at the start of a run, and if you do that, then you're running 23/8, still at lap 20.
Zinza pulled off a 23 8, and then it fell back a little, but he did make the pass there, so he kind of put a little steam on there.
And we got Dan Irvine hitting pit road right now, 27
on
pit road.
Oh, he's hitting the wall.
Oh, somebody's in the wall. Someone else is in the wall in the front stretch there.
Dog's car is killed. On fire.
He's on fire too.
Black smoke of death.
Is there a caution?
There is no.
There is no caution. Wow.
He is parked on the track, and NASCAR throws a flag for Chet Barkin, and now there we go. Now
there it is.
Wake up! Come on, NASCAR.
So we'll see here what happened to Dan Irvine on the right side. He just slid and
he was in the bar. I think the pace car driver, is that Johnny Rutherford? I think he's too damn old to be driving a pace car.
Yeah, they got to wait for this pace car here, especially. Now, this will change a couple things here now. These guys are going to go pit, right? And, we got an accident turn 3.
Another car around.
Yeah, there's another car around in turn 3.
Yeah, the 99.
That's Pops Marguson, as they were trying to slow down. Will, you can attest, driving, almost every day, these, slow down, especially in these tracks a mile and smaller. You have to make sure you got your head on a swivel all the time.
Yeah, you think these caution laps can be easy, but as shown in previous broadcasts, you could definitely still get into the back of somebody.
And this broadcast.
Yeah, it looks like Brad Otto just locked up the brakes and got into the tail end of the 99. Should be a no harm, no foul situation there. I don't think that did any damage. And Pops was going to come get new tires anyway.
Down pit road.
We got some pitting coming on here, and we'll see who gets out first here.
On the pole's a great thing. Slim Jim Gately. Snap yourself into a Slim Jim pit stop.
We got Slim, 007, 59, and the 3. And Pops is coming out along with Ryan Johnson.
Probably going to be a long stop for 27 as they fix that damage.
And it was, but that's everybody off of pit road.
Mayhem, yeah, Ken, that's a good word. That's like that Mayhem dude was out there, you know, bouncing around. I'm a plastic bag, and you're driving a sim race.
All right, I'll give you one. And I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
We got a couple lap cars in pit road here. We'll see who comes off first there. I don't know what exactly the camera is on, but
we got a double screen here, and we're on Pops Marterson and the leader Slim Jim Gately right now. We can still call the action as we see it.
Looks like the 9 got the jacks up first, so I'd imagine he'd be the first one off, but
oh boy! It's your dad, and they're both side by side, Steve Weber, and it will be Bill Farmer.
Bill Farmer, Steve Weber, and then the 9 car, even though the 9 car was the first one on pit road, I believe.
Wow, I think they had a couple cores in the pits there because they're a little slow there on that Jackman. Did the cores tour.
You never know. It could be that entry. It could be that exit. You got to do everything perfect in those pit roads, especially with what's on the line here. That Covenant Lucky Dog spot.
Well, you're pretty smart, son. Coveted is... Of course, I think I knew Coveted when I was your age.
You know, English class.
Absolutely. That was my worst one, though.
I never would have guessed.
Yeah, good. I'll be right back also.
Got the lights off on the pace car. Slim Jim Gately about to lead him back to green again with Dan Jones hanging tough there in P2.
And we got, for these lappers here, we got Bill Farmer and Steve Weber on down low. And who's on that 31 car? Is that Brad Otto?
That's Brad Otto, yeah.
Yep, and he's down there as well. So we'll see what they got.
Ken Hansen, meanwhile, will pick up that lucky dog.
Yes, he will. So it'll be interesting to see how this 3 car does. He's only got Dan Jones in the 59, keeping him away from Slim. But we know all these guys are pretty fast here.
Keep an eye on Dan Irvine there, who's now back in the pack after his woes. He should be able to... He should still have a fast... Oh! Okay, no, he doesn't have a fast car anymore after a little contact with the 00. Pancaked the right side of that car. Has pretty much killed his chances for the night, I'm sure, at this stage of the race.
Still green flag racing here, and looks pretty single file for now. I imagine some of these guys are going to save their tires, but with 20 laps to go, I'd imagine things are going to pick up.
Seems like NASCAR's getting a little lazier with that flag, or they're just wanting to see green flag race. Oh, boy! Bill and
nice save.
Yeah, nice save again by Bill. Maybe just a little kiss on that left front.
But this could give Steve Weber a chance to get that lucky dog spot if the caution were to come out again. Because they are right there. They're racing for that spot for sure. And you know Steve wants it.
That amazing work after he pile drived into another car there earlier. They did a great job fixing that 83 car.
And that definitely spread the gap a little bit between Ryan Johnson and Slim Jim and Dan Jones.
Indeed, but
well, we just out of the in-care center. We got John the dog Palmer. What's up, John? You okay?
Oh yeah, a little bit of a headache, but I'll be all right.
Got your bell.
Well, yeah, you know. You won a big one last week, buddy. Great job.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Milt. That was a highlight of my career, one of them.
Yeah, maybe the Daytona 500.
I was going to say, you got a Daytona 500 and a Black Friday 300.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm getting a turkey for this Black Friday.
Oh, that makes a big difference right there.
That's pretty awesome. The turkey trophy. Heck yeah, that's what I would have chosen too. Yeah, congrats again on that one, dog. It was definitely a great show of strategy and patience to work your way through all the carnage in that one.
Started dead last.
You were kind of doing that again tonight, and then was on the good end there for a while, but then just got caught up. Things were just funneled into a point there, I think.
Yeah, I went to caution. I went to pit, and caution came out, and everything got confused, and I ended up a couple laps down. I got one back. But that's the way it goes. I've had nothing but bad luck since I won that 300.
That's how it often goes. The luck gods giveth and taketh away.
Well,
sorry, the top four are starting to
they're
pull
closing
back in
up
on each other, yeah.
Yep, I'm sure Ryan Johnson was running them a little hard there trying to get back, but there is less than 20 to go.
The 3 car's starting to push now. He's caught up to the 59. It's no more time for saving tires.
He's pulling that in.
Rocket time. Rocket Man.
Let's take a look out the back of the 59 car as his teammate tries to work on him. And you'll see, Sam, if you're still watching, you forgot to change that headlight number. Still says 6.
Like I said, you don't miss nothing, so.
Oh, I'm not even joking. I painted a car for Mark Dillon Jr. On the Super Speedway Series. And one night I'm drafting him, and I swing a little bit out to the right, and I'm just like, son of a gun, what's wrong? Oh, the right side's a half pixel off. It's like, what?
Yeah, you're a painter, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
wouldn't even know how to turn a paint program on.
Sam says I know.
Couldn't even download it, you know.
Speaking of paint, Ryan Johnson is trying to pass the paint of the 007 here. It looks like they're closing in.
That was bad, Will. That was really
bad.
I tried. You know, he's trying to, you know.
I'm trying. Sean, I can only match you. And,
there you go.
Can't beat him, though.
But yeah, the brothers say, I want to say, speaking of paint, you say Ryan Johnson and the brothers Body and Paint Buick.
There you go.
Is going to work. And he is working on that back bumper of the 007.
That's exactly what Slim wants to see.
Exactly. The harder these guys race each other, the more he can just check out right off into the sunset.
Looks like that 59 hit the apron a little bit there, and that's a little bit of a changer, you know. It's you hit the apron, and it can get you a little flustered, you know.
These guys got it up, but now the 3 cars all over his bumper.
And that guy in his rear view mirror can be a little intimidating too.
True that.
Rocket, and I think he's got the run.
Yeah,
no, he's just going to push him. He's just going to push him. running out of time. We're coming up on
10 to go.
11 to go here.
And it looks like he's trying something. But it doesn't look like he's going to get it this one. And he hits the apron too, didn't he?
Oh, slid up the track, way up the track there.
Lost some momentum, a couple car lengths easy.
We'll go on board to Rocket now. On the right side of your screen. And another little wiggle on the apron.
Sometimes when you make a mistake, or like Will said, when you hit that apron, it discombobulates you so much, it takes you a lap or two to get back in your rhythm.
I absolutely agree with that. Here and at Bristol, it's something about the concrete track, so if you goof up one lap, it can take you 3 or 4 to get it back under control.
And it doesn't help if you have a car in front of you there, you know, you're trying to get in a rhythm, but you also got to worry about not hitting that person's back bumper. Seems like we just passed an hour and 26 minutes here in this race. With 8 laps to go.
Stream's been active an hour and 33 minutes and 25 seconds. So yeah, we're actually going to get this in under the 2-hour mark at least.
Looking at Slim Jim Gately's last lap as he's coming through the line, 23.7. Lap before 23.7. Not qualifying pace, but that's about as fast as you can go with this amount of wear on your tires. He knows now he's going to try to finish the 007 right now.
Yeah, the 007 ran a 23.793, and we'll see what he runs here. 23.8 actually, so he's losing time. I don't know if Slim is as well, but
yeah, 23.8 for Slim too. So now we're getting into the hundreds and thousands here, and can he make Slim bobble? Highly unlikely, but
looking in the back here, Mark DeSenza is all over Ryan Johnson, it looks like.
Yes, teammates are battling hard for that podium spot.
One gets the interview and one does not.
You know what? Yep. DeSenza's won enough.
That's great. That's great.
DeSenza's done enough post-race. He's got to build another room for all his darn trophies.
$23.96, $23.93 for Dan Jones. Dun, dun, dun,
oh boy.
Can the Q branch dial up something here? Does he have a watch in there, or maybe, you know, a knife in his shoe?
He's going to need a grappling hook, I think.
Or a grappling hook, or
a howitzer.
Yeah, absolutely, because Slim Jim Gately, you're not going to mess with this guy's head.
Mama, there goes that man.
Meanwhile, Mark DeSenza has used up his tires. He can't hang with Ryan Johnson anymore. He's just going to have to settle for 4th, it looks like, as we're coming up on 3 to go.
Well, you see the pressure there. You see Dan Jones run a 24.079 and get loose coming out of 3 there. Definitely, now he's lost his rhythm a little bit, and when you see that guy kind of fading off with a couple laps to go, you're like, oh no, I don't think he's going to make a mistake.
There you go. We got Mama Gately cheering on her boy as there's 2 to go.
We got some racing in the back of the pack here. Dan Irvine and Chet Barkin there, racing for a 9th and 10th, I believe.
That's a great run for Chet. He's had some DNFs this year, and if he could get a top 10, or at least race for it, you know, his crew right now is Chet's such a chill guy, big guy. I mean, I'm like 6'3", but this guy's like 6'5" or 6'6".
We got white flag in the air, and Chet Barkin gets the apron, and yep, there goes that battle.
Just to be able to battle like that, you know, I mean, those are the little victories. This is a pro sim racing league. As we get down to the last lap
there it is,
here.
Checkered flag for Slim Jim Gately.
Looks like Bob Dixon and Bill Farmer had a tiebreaker coming to the line there. I don't know who got it. Well, I guess Bob did, because Bill's still a lap down. So.
Well, you all take care. I'm out of here.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, dog.
Great win again last week. See you,
Thank
buddy.
you, Mel.
Yep, I'm out of here as well, guys.
All right.
I'll
Thanks.
be watching the post-race show in the stream, but
right on. Thanks for showing up, man. Great commentary.
Thanks for checking in.
Thanks for inviting me, guys.
You gave it a great run out there. Nothing to hang your head about, and I'll catch you Tuesday, man.
Yep, for sure. Night, guys.
If you're lucky.
It's a super speedway series, so I'll catch him.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Man, it's a tight battle Tuesday. I'm only 6 points up.
Great job, Dan Irvine, not giving up, even though he had a chance for a win early. Could have packed it in. Instead, he battled for 10th back there with damage, and great job.
Yeah, so we'll do that final rundown here. You got Slim Jim Gately in the 23. Finally brings home a Friday night win in front of Mama Gately, Doris Gately, saying, "Proud of you, son," from the YouTube chat. And we are thrilled to finally bring you a win because we've certainly watched that 23 car win enough, but just
talked about it.
Yeah, and talked about him.
Mom in the house.
But Mama's been the jinx.
Watching.
So yeah, congrats, Doris. Glad we could show that to you. And Milty, if you can go round up our podium finishers for us.
Yes, sir.
And then P2, we got my teammate Dan Jones in the 007. Gave it a great run, only 0.69 behind the professor. Yeah, 59 of Ryan Johnson brings it home on the podium, ahead of his teammate Mark DeRocket DeSenza, our season champion, brings it home 4th tonight. Pops Margison, great top 5 finish, led some laps tonight. Bob Dixon bounced back from his woes, finished 6th. Ken Hansen again getting back on that lead lap to bring the 9 car home 7th. Dan Irvine, what could have been, but still brings it home in the top 10. Nice 8th place finish, and the right side ripped off that car. The 9 of TG Reese, 53rd. The 53 car of TG Reese in 9th. Chet Barkin comes home 10th to round out your top 10 there, and then Francis Dittman, 11th place, last car in the lead lap. Then Bill Farmer, Steve Weber, and Brad Otto, last car is running, and John the Dog Palmer, hard wreck there during the pit sequence, retires in 15th. Jeff Habak, Will Farmer, hard luck after fantastic run tonight, caught up in that big accident, 17th. David Cook, Dave Simons, and Evan Castle comes home 20th as the first car retired. And Slim Jim, Ryan, and Dan Jones up here in the booth with us. There we go.
Slim baby, moms in the stands cheering with her Slim Jim Gately pom-poms, and she's happy, and she's telling us she's proud of you. And so what do you got to say, bud? Hi, Mom.
I got to say this.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, my gosh. I heard him warming it up down there.
Oh, yeah. Tell him, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for keeping it under 23 seconds so YouTube doesn't flag it, by the way.
His head ain't going to fit through the door.
You had
he goes
that
to
plan.
leave the basement tonight.
You had that plan for a long time, man, but you finally get that win and play your theme song there in front of Mama. That's got to feel pretty good.
Yep, it does. There you go, Mom. That's what you wanted, so there you go. Man, that was a fun race. I thought it was over when the caution come out there about midway through the race, but figured another one would come out, and it did. Put me right back where I needed to be, and was able to hold on to the end.
Well, excellent run there, Slim, and once again we're happy to finally broadcast one for your mom to watch, so she gets to see just what we're talking about. Definitely a great tire management race there. Way to keep your head about you when you got caught a lap down.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual, as always. And then Ryan Johnson. Oh no, I'm sorry. Dan was second place there. Dan, that was quite a run too. You kept it quiet most of the night, and then they were strong at the finish. Did you have anything for Slim if that was going to keep going, or were the tires pretty much cooked?
Yeah, I just couldn't even get up to his bumper. He's that much. He's got a better line than I.
Well,
your lap times were within hundredths and thousandths of a second for like 5 laps there, and then it was like who's gonna break, and then you ran like a 24:07.1. Just got that bobble coming out, and that probably in your mind, like I said in the broadcast, you're like, man, okay, I'm gonna have to finish second here.
I was hoping he would have bobbled, not me. So
yeah, I've spent many a lap waiting for Slim to bobble, and it just doesn't happen that often.
Hey, I learned that following the 52.
Yeah, you guys are lucky. Rick Johnson didn't show up tonight. I was sitting there, I was looking for him. I was looking through the starting grid, and I'm like, oh wow, there's no 52.
He said he had a gig tonight, or he would have been here.
But okay,
yeah, he's a rock and roller. That guy.
Yeah, that's a drummer. He's got that drummer rhythm. That's how he's so good at these tire management tracks. You gotta have the feet in rhythm. But and then rounding out our top 3 tonight, you got Ryan Johnson, another strong, quiet run there. Tell us how it went for you, man.
Well, first of all, just want to say thank you to you and Milt for being here. Congrats to Slim.
Welcome.
Good run there, Dan. Also, give a shout out to my other teammate, Mark. I think he cut me a little bit of break there at the end, but I don't know. But yeah, kind of just a typical 59 night without bad luck. That's just how I kind of roll, and it worked out. And just ran my race and avoided some problems and ended up okay.
Yeah, you talk about typical 59 luck. The last time I was on the air, I saw this black car heading into the garage area backwards in that gap in the wall at Talladega 70. I'm like, oh, please tell me that wasn't Ryan. Oh, it was Ryan. So yeah, glad to see you have some luck on a Friday night. And yeah,
appreciate that.
A great strong run for you. And man, if you looked at the points in the trucks, you're in contention for that come next Thursday.
Yeah, I was hoping to have a little bit better run last night, but I couldn't get everything to come together. Just bounced off the wall a couple times, got some damage. Happy that where I finished though kept me, up there in the hunt for next week. It's going to be a fun race next week between me, you, and Mark.
Yeah, you're still 6 points back. It's anyone's ball game.
Yep.
So I might do the stream and drive on the trucks just to see how that one pans out.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, great job tonight. Great job all season and all series there, Ryan, and Dan, and of course Slim. So glad to finally get you in here in Victory Lane on a Friday night. And so thanks everybody. Thanks Milt for joining me as always up here. What's up?
Real quick, I'm not going to be here next week. I'm going to be out of town. Just want to say great job tonight, Dan. Congrats to my teammate Ryan, and also Mark. Man, hell of a season, and congrats to him on his championship, man.
Yeah,
couldn't ask for any better teammates, man. I love these guys, so just wanted to give them a big congrats, man.
Thank you, son.
Awesome. Right. I just want to know, you got a lot of snow falling on your head there, Sean.
Are you sure that's not dandruff?
Yeah, well, Dan Drift that's kind of an irritating guy, but
no, I don't have a dandruff problem. Anyway, thanks again, Milty, as always, for joining us up here and all season long. We got one more to go. You got Shannon waving too. And yeah, so catch you guys next week to wrap this up. Where are we finishing this off? Homestead, of course. Homestead. The Homestead Flat in the R88 series. And that'll conclude our Winston Cup series for the season, the year actually, and then we'll have our off-season events and go back at it again in 2019 as we keep this ever-aging game going, keeping NASCAR 2003 alive. So thanks to all you guys for coming out and doing that, and thanks to everybody tuning in tonight. Oh, okay. Can ask for one more. Ka-ching. I think that brings your Miltisms to an even 20.
Miltism?
Yeah. Instead of record, we're going to have to keep trying.
How about to step into a Slim Jim, Milt?
I got to move it above the Christmas lights. There you go. Miltism's 21 for the night. I think, did you do a snap into the Slim Jim during the race?
Snap into a Slim Jim. Okay.
There it is.
Okay.
I did like
a nice symmetrical 22. Okay, so signing off for about the 5th time now. I've been Sean Reap. He's been Milt Minter Jr. Again, your top 3 finishers, Slim Jim Gately, Ryan Johnson, and Dan Jones. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good night.